Yes, she will join. She will join.
Okay, not a problem.
అది మహేష్ గారు అదే మెటీరియల్ చెప్తా అన్నారు కదా.
Monday రోజు ఇస్తాను materials.
ఓకే.
Done.
So I'll make me host. I started live just now. Please, I will make Ramya host.
Okay.
Ramya, I made you host. Please go ahead. Recording just to start.
Yeah.
Okay, no, thanks.
Thank
Good day.
you. Yeah. So, shall we wait for her or shall we start the class?
Yeah, we can start, Ramya. She will join in next 1 or 2 minutes.
Okay, done. So, as for our reference to our previous topic, so our topic was managing security using SAP success factors role based permissions RBP. Okay, so like RBP, once we will be dunning with RBP, like we should be able to manage the learning this topic will give us a knowledge of able to manage the security with SAP success factor role based permissions. Okay, so when I say role based permissions allows, it is like it allows companies to have many roles in SAP success factors, and it will and as a company needs and provides ability to grant each role a different level of permissions. Okay, so in most of the traditional systems, like all members of the same group, such as HR managers, have the same permissions and same access in the system with this RBP, using this RBP. Okay, yeah. So when in a role based concept, the main security concept is like granted users, role, and target users. We'll have this stuff. Okay, so like we can define many roles, but yeah, let's open the system. Let me share first. Let me know once you're able to see my screen.
Yeah, it's visible, Ramya. Her screen is visible.
Yep. So administrators can define many rules, but when we are talking about groups, groups can be dynamic. Okay, like which allows us to automate the assignment of permissions. Okay, so like for example, when I say granted users, all the a group of granted users can be all the employees in the sales department. Okay, as employees are transferred into or out of the sales department, their permissions will be automatically adjusted. Clear? I'll just
Yes.
show you. Yeah. When we say this group, and when we say all the employees are assigned to a role, and when and the role is like we discussed last time, role is defined as a access, the access to data, also to the functionality. This is where we define role in SAP success factors. Like when we have created a HR group, so for example, we will also set a HR role, sorry, group. We will also set HR role, and we will allow them to have particular access to the dashboards whatever we have created. So once this role is created, I mean this role is defined. When I say the role is defined, we create a role, HR role, and like we grant a group of we grant groups to that role, which is a circle. Okay. So for this, the procedure is as we have spoke in the last class. Step 1 is create group. Step 2 is create a permission role. Step 3 is grant the role to the users of the group. Okay. So first one, create group. Create group is like create a group and grant it to the required permissions, then create group to manage by users with those permissions. Then create permission role, defines different roles and defines access to data and applicational functionality, and grant role to the user group, that is add the target group is a step which we will include and we will be seeing in the navigations. Okay. So the navigation to creating a group is manage. Okay, I don't have permission, right? Proxy. So create a dynamic group. The navigation is manage permission groups. Okay. So once you go to manage permission groups, we will create new. So let's create our own group just for our future reference. So let's add it admin technology. Okay. So we can select a group members. If you user type will be employee this okay. So here we have a category. Okay. In this category we can add few of the categories whatever we need in the system, but there are some standard fields like bench strength. First one is this is a custom one. Standard one. Sorry. So bench strength, citizenship, city, country, country, these are standard. Apart from that, date of birth, location, date of birth, which is a custom string 01, uh, date of position, department, division, ethnicity. Okay. Then external source. Mm, it is not there. Yeah. Only available for learnings enable. Okay. This will be only available when other modules are enabled. So we don't have that. So, and the future leader, gender, hire date, impact of loss, job code. These are all the standard fields we have in the pick a category thing. So remaining all are the custom ones which they want to add. Okay. So to add this, yeah, how to make this filters? We can add filters here. We can enable the filter here using DJ filters that in future class we will be learning, but we can. So if I have to add a group member, I want to add a user in the system. Let's talk. What is our username? If you remember, TS. User 1, right?
Yes, Ramya, I think
Yes,
zero
Ramya.
one.
01 on.
01, yeah. Then if you are selecting title, HR administrator. This is our username. Got it? If you want to go with some position, okay, what is the position of our ID? This is our position, right? Mhm. So let's see what is our pay scale. So I'm just showing you available filters just to show you. If I give so the filter is on pay scale level, right? So what is our pay scale level? Group. So there is no pay scale level for us, so we cannot. But why we are not seeing the position? Let's check this. Let's troubleshoot this. Okay, I'll check that. Our company. Let's try our company. What is our company? See. So if you give the company, this company, people in this or in this company and whoever have this as a company, everybody will be added in the Git. Once you click here, update. So in the system, totally 346 employees belongs to this legal entity. Okay. In the same way, if we give a business unit and let's give our business unit corp. Okay. Then total 608 members belongs to this thing. Okay. Let's go for a department filter. Department. "49 members belongs to this department." In the same way, gender, female. Done. 807 employees in this system are female. Okay. So that's how we give a filters. So we even create this filters and so there is an add another there is another category where we can exclude people from this group. So we also want exclude people from group. We want all females, but females with a particular company code we don't want. So let's give this company code. So you understood, there were 18 members females employees in this system. So we have excluded people from this legal entity. I mean, if the employee is female and if she belongs to this legal entity, then we told we don't need them in this group. So if you see, the count has been reduced. Got it?
Yes, Ramya.
So these are the choose a group member, where you will be seeing a people pool from this. So we can also add another category. Gender is female, and let's add the category is cost center. What is our cost center? This is our cost center. Just for example, we will add this category. Done. See, so females with this category, this category, only this category, we have 0 members. Then once you delete this and update, 6 members. If you see, click here, these are the 6 members. If you see, uh, got it? So this is
Yes.
how we add filters to the system for the groups. Basically, these filters are used to add filters to the group. So like here we have, like, once the group is created, let's delete this. uh, mm, add another category. We will add user. We will give our username. Done. When we click on update only one user, we will see that user. Okay, done. See, our group is created. So here the technology spelling is wrong. So we want to correct the group. So here, if you say, click on edit, let's see, correct it, done. Got it? This is updated. Create, got it? Then copy. So most of the times, instead of going and creating a new group, what people do is, let's click on copy. So copy of admin group. So whatever the members we have in this group will be created as it is. But what happens is, like, once we create that, we can create we can change whatever the changes we want by creating a copying a same group. If you see, same group is created with the same users, but we can changes once the group is created. Like, we can change the filters, or we can add the we can choose the group members. We can choose the exclude the people from the group. This is our group. Okay, so let's delete it. Once we click on delete, it will be deleted. So the other option is view summary. View summary is something what has been what is the group. Right now what is the group we have, and what are the permissions we have in that I mean, what kind of roles we have ordered, what kind of people we have extracted. We are just seeing the whole group thing. I mean, this the group is group definition, group member is this one. The only permissions we have is uh, permissions admin group belongs to access or target population of the following permissions role. Nothing, no role is assigned. So once the role is assigned, we will be able to see that. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry, this has been gone. Close. Then the next one is view change history. Who has done what changes? Okay. So changed by this user has been changed. Few done. This is which user? That's me. So what is the change date? What changes have been done? Summary of what changes have been done. Okay, so everything will be tracked. Whatever we done will do on this groups, everything will be tracked. Okay, so we can do modifications to the group name, the conditions, whatever the determined members of the group will can be changed. Apart from that, we can add members to the group, we can exclude members to the group. These are all the changes we can do once the group is created. Okay, then the other part is the id. So id in this manager permission group, manage permission groups, this part, like we will see every role has a separate id. These ids are system generated serial numbers, like according to the creation time of the permission group. Okay, so if you see, we have all the unique ids. Every group has a unique id, if you see. Okay, this is how we create our permission groups. So you understood, right? How to edit, I mean, modify a dynamic group. Click on edit, do whatever the changes those are required. Then once the changes are done, click on done. Once that's how we create our group. Okay, then comes the permission role. So permission roles to be uh, roles to group are set of permissions. Like once the groups are created, we will set permission roles with all the specific required permissions which we need. Okay, so, for example, we have seen all those example. A manager may have a role where one permission allows the manager to modify the salary to their direct reporters. So that permission we will be adding. Uh, so to create permission roles, the navigation is manage permission. So in order to get to our permission, let's add ourselves. We are in a super admin role. Done. Okay, manager permission. And Chrome. They don't have access here. So manage permission rules to create a permission, manage permissions role. So this is our navigation. So here also you will see a unique identifier in the system for every role. So this is just like groups. We can differentiate permission rules and their role assignments by their IDs. Okay, these IDs are, as I told you, system generated serial numbers according to the create time of the permission role and the role assignments. So they are more accurate than names. If you see, they will be more accurate than their names 1670, 1659, 1671. So they are more accurate than their names in the system. Okay, yeah. So if you see, you can make them active or inactive based on your requirement. Okay, so this is not the most updated version, so that is the reason. Counter decision. Next time. Okay, so let's create one permission role. Okay, so in order to create a permission role, click on create. Yeah. So what was our group name? Admin technology. Okay. So we can write a description. If it is a manager, we are creating a manager for such kind of room. If we create such an a HR admin, we are creating an HR admin belongs to testing or learning. Okay. Then click on next. Okay. So here are the permissions. Like if you remember, all of the succession data model are the generic data. We will be seeing all those data here. Apart from that, on the employee view, whatever the I mean, whatever you want to see, you will be, I mean, whatever the portlets you want to see, you will be giving the permissions on the employee view. Apart from that, in the employee data, you will be giving all the access to all the corporate data like employee profile. Apart from that, you will have user information, HR portlets, all the biographical informational, national information, phone information, email. These are all the portlet permissions where we will be giving our portlet permissions. So if you give a permission to the biographical information, so whatever the fields you add in the biographical information, if they have access to this portlet, all the fields whatever it is added, they will be able to see the fields. In the national ID also same. So if you have created a national ID for in India and you have added Aadhaar card, PAN card now, and you gave portlet level permission. If you add in future a passport as a national ID information, if they have access to the national ID portlet, they will be able to see your passport information. Applies to national ID, restricted country or region for a legal entity, it is same. We create a country specific national ID. So once you give access to the portlet, they will be able to see. Carry same to phone information, email information, business email address, emergency contact, work permit info. So for all this, it is a portlet level permission, and these are all the employment details. If you remember, employment details is like during the hire date, benefits date, position start date, during the termination date, all those stuff. So here we will be giving the permissions. These are the event reasons which we have discussed, and carry forward we will have pay components, pay groups and pay components. So pay groups, if you remember, combination of all the pay groups, they will be able to see the annualized salary on the UI. So this is how we will be creating our uh, role. Okay, so apart from this, so here if you want to give a permissions, you have to go to each and every portlet and we have to give all the required permission. So there is another way we can create this role. Okay, so we have a super admin role where we will be using a super admin role already existing in system. So manage permission groups. System admin. So system admin role is something we have all the required permissions. When I say system admin, so system admin will have access to each and everything. So instead of creating a new role and going back giving each and every permission is a bit uh, uh, very long process. Let's do this way. Edit, no, not edit, manage permission. So we have system admin, right? Let's copy this role. Got it? Once we click on copy, yeah, copy of system admin. We will remove that name and we will give admin space technology. Then we will remove this training or learning group. Okay, then click on next. So if you see all the permissions, whatever the permissions we need, already we have them in our system. So just review the permissions whatever we need, and okay, then the employee view same, we have all the permissions. So if you remember, uh, we have already a portlet called company assets, but we also created, right? We have a created in the group, right? Okay. So all the permissions we have. So if you see, we have created employee laptop details and all. We have given permissions already in that group. We have given permissions, so it has carried forward for the same. Okay, then we click on next. So these are all the permissions based on our requirement, we will get the permissions. So for these permissions we have a separate tab called RBP in our workbooks. So you might be thinking how we will be giving this lot of permissions, so don't worry about that. There is a tab called RBP in our workbooks where we will receive our workbooks. So based on that workbook, we will be giving all these permissions. Okay. So I have just told you the basic navigations of the permissions, where the basic permission should be given once a field is created, once a portlet is created, once a foundation data is created, which is a event pay component, such kind of stuff is created. So here we will be giving a permissions. Okay. So we have created our new role, we have gave our name and we have added our permissions. Then click on next. Okay. So if you see, we are seeing a preview. I mean, whatever the permissions we have given, we are able to, we are seeing all the permissions. Then click on save. So click on yes. Once for now, just we are creating a role. Okay. Yeah. So the role assignment. Next. So it is just the ID what we are seeing. Next. So select a group. Okay. When we are clicking on a select a group, this is our group which we have created. Select. Next. So filter a target group. Okay. So what is a filter a target group? Okay. This is a granted group and this is a target group which we were talking about. Okay. So it depends on like target is like just a moment. I'll give you some example. So grand, if I have to tell you, yeah. So let's consider the granted group as a HR team. Okay. So when we say HR team will have access to all the salaries, all the bonus, whatever they have an employee. Once we give permission, I mean, once the HR team has added to a HR group, they will have access to all the employees in the I mean, all the employees, including themselves, they will have access to the all the salaries of the employees. So when I say they have access to the all the salaries to all the employees in the system, they have access to their peer employees also. So the basic rule in the system is like me and my team member, we should never see each other's salaries. So once we add them into access group, they will have access to their team member salaries also. Okay. So the target group is like we create a target group where target group as HR admins and we all add HR admins in their group. I mean, we add the HR admins in the group and we will assign that group here. So when we assign the target group here, they will be able to see the salaries of all the employees apart from the people belongs to this group. Okay. I mean themselves, if they to edit the themselves. Okay. A HR have access to edit the salary. He can go into system and he can edit his salary, right? So when we add them to a target group, they will not have this exam. They will not have this. I mean, permissions to edit their own salaries. Okay. So that is how that is what the difference between a access group and a target group. So whenever we are creating a system, I think we have some target groups here. So whenever we are creating such kind of system, so in every system there will be two groups where uh, access to a granted, I mean we create two roles, two groups. One is granted HRBP group, target HRBP group, granted HR admin group, target HR admin group, granted Columbia HR admin group, target Columbia HR admin group. So this defines access group is something they have access to all the system. Target group is like excluding granted users having the permissions to access themselves. That is called target group. Okay. So here we don't have any target group. Let's add extended by a user. I will not have access to my own data. Now exclude granted users having the same permission to themselves. Okay. So I am a granted users in the group. Guys following?
Yes, Ramya.
Yeah.
Yes, Ramya.
So yeah, exclude by a person. Okay, so this is if I am in that group, so I will not have access to my own data. Then click on, it is asking for a self. I will not have access to my own data to edit my own data. Next. So define target criteria. So SAP system configuration. So the person who is in that group, or in the the person who is in the target group, SAP system configuration. So he should now not have access to all the configuration, or restrict a criteria based. If you see, okay, payroll integration permissions. So data replication. These are all the data belongs to payroll integration. Whether he should not have all the access to payroll integration or based on the criteria. Okay. These are replication monitor. These are all belongs to uh, I mean payroll areas, onboarding, offboarding, miscellaneous permissions. Let's search for our object, laptop. This is our employee laptop details, if you remember, right? This is the object we have created. So system is asking, we have an object called employee laptop details. So the person who is in the target group should not see that object or restrict. These are all the fields which we have created. So if we give a external code, he will not be able to see only external code. If we give external name, he will not be able to see only external. So field based restriction also we can give based on our requirement. So either you don't want to see whole object, or either you want to restrict on a criteria. I mean, you don't want him to see particular field or such kind of stuff. So that is how we restrict. So whatever the data we have in the whole system, we will be able to see that data in the target criteria area. Based on our requirement, we will be restricting the permissions. Either it is a whole object, or a permission, or a, whatever the stuff you don't want to see, or it restrict it based on a criteria. Okay. So once this criteria is aligned, then click on next. What's happening in this one? Okay, we did not. Yeah. So it was not allowing us to move forward. So we did not select anything. Okay. So once we give, this is a preview. Whatever the access he has, this is the preview. Click on save. Okay. So this is our permission group which we have created. Okay. So the access population is people from this group. There is no target, just themselves, like whoever have in this group themselves don't have access. So even this we can edit or delete the assignments. Let's go and see our role which we have created. If you see, we have created our own role with an unique ID. Okay, if you see 71, 72, this is our unique ID which the system has created. Name of our role, user type is employee in the system, description is training or learning, the role is active here. Okay, last modified on 8th August. Okay, so add role assignments, their actions. If you see, assignments is like if you want to add any other groups, okay, we can add multiple groups also. It is not that we can add only one group in the system, we can add any n number of groups in the system. Next, we don't want to have any target population here. Next, same criteria if you want to restrict any criteria. Next, once what is the data we are seeing, I mean whatever the data we want to block. Next, preview, save. So n number of groups we can add in the system. For each role we can add multiple so multiple groups. Okay, so if we click on delete. Okay, then goes in the actions, edit. So if you want to edit some kind of information, some kind of permission, so like every time we create a new some object or new field, we come here, open role, click on edit, and we give some permissions, whatever the permissions we need, we just click on the permissions. Next, save. That's all. Okay, so that is how we edit the role. Then comes copy. So as I told you, always we don't have to create a role from scratch. We can copy a existing role and we can adjust our permissions as per our requirement, and we can create a new role. Delete is something, if you want to delete a whole role, once we click on delete, it will be deleted. As this role is inactive, let if we click on this, as it is inactive, we don't have option or we don't have permission. Okay, we have. Are you sure you want to delete the role? Please note that all its related role assignments will be deleted as well. Cancel. Okay, view history is something. If you see, based on the timestamp, the changes have done. So 1st August, what change has been done? So these are all the changes it has been done. So compare. What is the change between these two timestamps? So show the difference. There is no difference found. Nothing was found. Show all. Show difference. No difference was found. These are all the timestamps we have clicked on. Show all. Show difference. No difference found between these timestamps. Show all. Show difference. No difference was found between these timestamps. Okay. So how you will see the difference? I'll tell you. Just for example, I'm showing you. So I want to do some editing. I want to add some permissions to this role. Okay, let's go for an employee view. We will remove all this portlet permissions from UI. Okay, I don't want. We just removed. If you see, we just removed these permissions from a system. Then click on next. Then click on save. So we have removed those permissions. Okay. So once we remove those permissions, now we will go and see view history. So we have got a new timestamp 329, and we'll see this timestamp, compare. Show difference. We have removed these permissions. Okay. Let's add those permissions back. Click on edit. Next, go to employee view, add those permissions back. Next, save. Now let's go to history. Permissions, view history, compare. Compare, show different. So these permissions have added back. Understood the difference? So if everything is clear, we will go to how to troubleshoot this RBP. Hello?
Yes, Ramya. We will see.
Yeah. So all clear with this?
It's Ramya.
Yeah. Hey, hi, Saujanya.
Hi, Ramya.
Yeah. So let's go with troubleshooting the tool. Troubleshooting tool. So here RBP, the navigation is RBP troubleshooting. Okay. So once we click on RBP troubleshooting, RBP troubleshooting is basically to diagnose or fix the RBP issues uh, if like to search the user what kind of permissions you have, or compare between two users what kind of permissions they have. Like this is user search, user role and a permission search. So just to compare the permissions, or what is the permissions the user have. I mean, what are the permissions he has received from a role, I mean he is receiving from the role. These kind of activities can be done in the system. So let's go with my user. What is our user? 01. Okay, this is our user. Okay, so we will see what kind of permission this user have. First one. Okay, let's click search. We have searched the user, we have kept the user. Click on search. If you click on search, you will be able to see all the permissions he have. I mean, for each permission, what kind of access you have. So for a access admin alert, he has system admin role permission, HR admin for the employees permission, system admin full permissions. Okay, this kind of access he have. So for each field, I mean whatever the access we have, let's consider our laptop which we have created. Object permission. So for employee laptop details, he have system admin permissions. If you remember, once we have created our object, we have given permissions to the system admin role, and in that role today we have added this user. Remember guys, we have this employee in that user. So particularly for this object, he have system admin roles. So it is basically to search user have what kind of permissions the user have in the system. Okay, understood. Now let's do compare. Ananya Singh, search. So this is first user, what kind of permission she have to all the permissions, and what he have. Let's search our same laptop. No data. Show all. This is show difference between each role. This is show all. So once we click on laptop, so if you see for the same field, we have system admin role, but Ananya has system admin technology role. Okay. Clear, guys?
Yes,
So
Ramya.
this is show all the permissions, all the differences in the system. This is just to show the difference. So if you see the difference, for all these compensation fields, we don't have access. Only Ananya have this role access. Okay. So this is the difference between our role and Ananya's role. But when we click on show all, it will show one more. So we, for if you see, for access admin annals, we have system admin, HR admin, system admin, full permissions. Ananya have two more, system admin, this admin, admin technology, because we have created the admin technology now. This is the difference Ananya have. So if you see, it has showed us all the permission differences. Like we here are a system admin, she is system admin and admin technology. She has got a new role, admin technology, which we have created. This is all the differences it will be showing us in the system. So next comes in the user role and the permission search. The main thing we will be able to troubleshoot is like, if you are not able to see any field, if you are not able to see any kind of object, like if some other person is saying you want to compare what kind of permissions he have, what kind of permissions we have. So this is the best place to see what is the permission, or if you want to know any person's role, I mean what is his role in the system, this will. So majorly to know what kind of access an employee have, or to compare what kind of access have between two, this is the best place to troubleshoot the RBP. Then comes her target population search. So allows you to search for a target populations that only an employee user can access, manage based specific permissions. Okay. So here based on the permissions we can search. So our user is 01. Okay. So permission. So if you see. If you remember, what was our object name? So yeah, let's consider some one of the examples. So this is one of the object which we have in our system. What was our object name? Someone remember?
When we created, so Employee laptop details.
I think she don't have access to that. That's why she's not able to see. Okay, let's consider an object. I mean, a custom object which we are seeing. So this, let's take this. So if you see, for this user, what are the permissions we have done? Specific permissions. Okay. So we are in a target users. I mean, we should not be able to see this object. HR admins for an employee. Okay. We are a target user here. Okay. So let's give a she is a target user on this from a role, admin role. In admin role technology, Ananya Singh is in the target user. Okay. So she will not be able to see this object. Okay. So this is show all the roles. From all these roles, Ananya is a target user. Okay. From these three roles, we are the target users. So this is just to search for a target population, search for a basic permission. Okay, any kind of permission, you give that permission here and search you for where you are a target. You can give any users on such kind of stuff and you can see the target user permissions. Okay. Then comes a compare role. Compare role is like usually comparing a role of two employees. Like we have list of all the users. There is a difference. If you see here, we were not having any list. We used to search manually. But if you compare roles, oh sorry, these are user permissions. These are roles. If you see, let's give our technology and EC. First we'll give technology, then we'll give EC. So select, when we click on search, what is the difference between roles which we have created? So here we have seen difference between permissions which we are getting from a role for a user. This is directly comparing two users. So in admin technology, we have given permission to these fields. In EC admin, we don't have. This is show all. When we click on show all, so we will see all the permissions in the system. Click on show difference. Remaining all are same, only these are different, only these permissions are being different. Okay, so to compare two roles, it will be easy for us. Okay, so user group search. So let's search for a user. So like displays permission groups here. So it includes like group IDs, group names, user type, group type. Like it allows admins to search for a group. Admin. Ananya Singh. Search. Ananya Singh belongs to these all groups in the system. Got it? Let's search our role. 01. This is our role. Click on search. We belongs to these roles in the system, these groups in the system. Okay. Clear, guys?
Yes.
Yeah. So this is how we troubleshoot the RPP. Okay. So apart from that, if I have to give you some best practices from RBP, always start with the most generic roles. Like if you are going to practice like for employees, So those kind of groups. Apart from that, just check like if same group names, if you give any same group names, are you going to give a same similar kind of group names to avoid confusions. Mm, uh, only like there is a maximum recommendation of adding groups to a role. So maximum 1000 dynamic permission groups can be added to a role. Okay, that is a kind of limit they have. It is not kind of a limit, like if you're exceeding 1000 dynamic group, more than 1000 dynamic groups assignment, the performance will be reduced, the group performance will be reduced. And the other thing is like naming convention, which I've already told. Like use always prefix like granted HR admins, target HR admins, granted HRBP role, target HRBP role, granted managers, target managers. Like so for managers, I think we are not going to create any group, because if we assign some employee as a manager to any employee in the system, he will be directly passed as a manager. So while using this, we will be using this. So also add a meaningful names to the group, like while viewing a change history or sometime, it will be very useful for us to check the difference. Okay, yeah, these are all the conditions which we need to be followed while creating permission roles, permission groups, and the troubleshooting of RBP based on the group, based on the role, based on the target population, and based on the users and their permission. So this is how we troubleshoot when we face any kind of issues, like if you want to see a difference between two people's roles, or if you want to see a difference between two roles, or if you want to see if a person belongs to any of the target population. This is an easy way to troubleshoot such kind of issues. Okay, clear guys?
Clear, Ramya.
Yeah, so this is how we have completed our RBP topic. So guys, by Monday, I will be sharing you a document for the foundation and the generic objects. For both those objects, I will be sharing you the uh, okay. Mm, so it will be easy for you to start your learnings. Apart from that, like at tomorrow at time, what time you want to schedule a class tomorrow?
We are okay, Ramya, at any time. So based upon your availability.
Based on my availability, 10 to 11 works tomorrow morning.
Yes,
Ramya.
yes.
Okay.
It works.
Sure, done. Then can you please inform Mahesh Garu so that we'll have that class. Okay?
And
Sure.
Ramya,
Oh, yeah.
మీరు చెప్పారు కదా మెటీరియల్ ఇస్తామని
మండే రోజు ఇస్తా అని చెప్తాను.
మండే రోజు ఇస్తారా?
మండే ఇస్తా.
Ah.
ఓకే, డన్. చలో, థ్యాంక్ యూ గైస్, హ్యావ్ ఎ నైస్ డే.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thank
bye.
you.